If you ever thought about living and moving to Miami, Florida, if that's the case, this is a video for you. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Realty. We do relocations. We help people primarily come from other places to here in South Florida. Our territory really is, although we centered in Palm Beach, which is that's the name, Living in Palm Beach, we do help clients all the way down to Miami and all the way as far north as Port St. Lucie. This video, I want to look at the southern part. There is a lot going there. I moved to South Florida about 17 years ago here in Palm Beach. And the truth is, if I were at some point to make a move, I would seriously consider Miami. And if I were to do that, this is exactly the condo, this is exactly the area I would consider, think there's great value. So welcome. We're going to check out Aria Reserve here in Miami, Florida. Okay, let's go to the map of Southeast Florida. As I mentioned, the territory that we really focus on is up here to the north in Port St. Lucie and all the way down here to Miami. We've had a fair amount of success in Hialeah. I'll tell you, when it comes to Hialeah, one thing I found is people who move there, people who live there don't want to move away. Highly desired area. When we have had listings there, people just come, like the showings just like nonstop because it's a highly sought out area. But today we're going to look a little bit closer to downtown. And this area is, last several years, 10 years, last few years, it's been absolutely booming. And there's been a lot going on in terms of activity and new projects that are currently underway in Miami, Florida. I'm going to treat this as if you don't really know Miami that well. But this is sort of Miami Beach. This is a very sought after area. It's expensive. This part of Miami is a little bit more money than parts over here. This is let me quickly highlight Surfside. You might have remembered a couple years back now, there was a collapse in the tower. That is where it happened. It's northern Miami Beach, and that was a change for condos all across the entire world, especially here in South Florida. So when the Surfside towers collapsed, there was a couple of things happened. First off, it collapsed because they were neglected. There are lots of stuff that you don't nearly know. There's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that made that happen, but encouraged it to happen, I guess is the best way to phrase it. But anyways, what it did is it put a big change into the condo market here in South Florida. Now the inspections in terms of the health of the buildings are now going to be more often because of it. People are insurance companies are expecting more money. So a lot of condo owners in the last couple of years have had significant increases in their association fees. Reach out to our team if you want to know more about that. We do relocations, and we always tell people when you're looking at a condo versus a single family home, you just got to know what you're getting yourself into. There's less risk in a new condo than an older condo, but in any event, there is that overall the landscape of condos have changed significantly in the last couple of years. We have had clients who have had significant special assessments. Now, we do probably more single family homes. We do more single family homes than condos, but the people who live in the condo area in that world, they had a lot of special assessments, A, to prepare for the increased regulation, and B, because the insurance aspect, the premiums on insurance has gone up considerably as compared to a single family home. So this is your apartment in Aria Reserve. I'm going to go more on this. These places are absolutely beautiful, but this is an overview of, as we go out in the drone footage. That's obviously a rendition, but this is like, you have Miami Beach there. You have the Venetian Isles, South Beach, as I mentioned, right there. Star Island, I mentioned. Fisher's Island, that's like the lifestyle of rich and famous. So this gives you a good overview as to what you're looking at. Key Biscayne, Port of Miami, where all the ships are. Downtown, my FTX Arena, that's the arena. I mean, you could literally walk to FTX Arena from here. And this is Aria Reserve. Absolutely beautiful. So here it is. This is what Aria Reserve looks like during the day. It is the largest in the United States, the largest residential dual tower in the world, or not in the world, in the United States today, maybe in the world, but definitely in the United States. There are towers that are larger, but this one as a dual tower, it is the largest. A lot of what's gone on in this area is recent. So if you look at the landscape here, you have to the right, you have these things. To the right, you have, these are smaller towers. These are, when I was there about a week or so ago, they're pretty much built. This thing I think this is more of a rendition more than what it really is today. And I'll show you what construction is going to show like later. But this is going to block a little bit of your view. But the good news is that you have all this is nothing anyone can do with the view in front of you if you live in Aria Reserve. So when I was meeting with the builder recently, it was just prior, and now they started to the starting of the North Tower. In the North Tower is where they have they had their sales offices. They were building the South Tower. It was going up. Later, I'll show you the progression of how fast they're moving in terms of building this. But they were kicking them out, so to speak, in the North Tower. So why I wanted to get in there, because I wanted to be on site when I filmed. I have some B-roll views of my own film of what it looks like there. But they're going to kick them out. They're going to move the sales center somewhere else because they are starting the construction of the North Tower. So here is what you can expect if you're in. This is actually a view from the South Tower. So as you can tell, it is, as I mentioned before. So this is your view. If you have a condo in Miami Beach and looking east, you're just going to see the ocean. Yes, if you're looking west, you can see what one of the secrets is. If you have a condo there, like 5 Park, you get to see the city, which is nice. The condo down here, try out here. You could see the city go nice because when you look into the ocean, it's just a bunch of black. Again, here's your view from the South Tower. Now we've shifted a little bit further south, so you get to see, and it's at dusk. So this will give you a good idea. Now the boating that you'll see going through here is going to be tremendous. The bridges, I mean, it's going to be one of the best views, literally, in all of the United States, in my opinion, definitely in Florida. Now here is that same view at night, and you can appreciate what I'm talking about. You get to see the skyline of Miami Beach. And here is the view of, again, the South Tower, looking the other direction, looking west. And this is going to be brilliant. You could see, this reminds me, when I lived in New York City, I lived on 43rd Street, overlooking New Jersey. This reminds me of exactly that. I mean, there was lots of the buildings weren't extremely tall, but you can see there are some, like right in here. But you will get a brilliant, beautiful, scene of lights if you look. Now, one of the things I have to mention about the building here at Arai Reserve, in a little bit, I'll show you the floor plan. But one of the nice things about what they do is it's not like you get I'm on the east side, I'm on the north side, I'm on the west side. Oh, you're gonna get this is gonna cost more money because you're overlooking the ocean. No, doesn't work that way. These units go straight through. So you have every single unit has a view of the ocean. Every single unit has a view of the city. So it goes straight through, which is awesome. You get the best of both worlds. So it's not like lots of times in New York, when I lived in New York, you had one or the other. Where I lived, you either see Times Square or you see the Hudson River and all the other stuff that's around there, George Washington Bridge and so forth. Here you don't have that. You get to see both the brilliant city lights of what we have west and the brilliant eastern view of Miami Beach. So this will give you an idea what I mean by that. You have here units 1 through 7. This is a little bit deceiving. Well, it's not deceiving. They do have some 1-bedrooms left here in the building, I should say, not left. They went very quickly. There's no longer do they have any 1-bedrooms for sale, but they do exist. There will be stuff for sale in the resale market. As I always mention, we do new construction here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. We also do existing. So when this is off and running and you want to buy a place, reach out to our team. We'd love to help you when it comes to buying an existing home, whether it's here in Miami or any place. But today, in terms of buying a new construction, there are no bedrooms, but 1-bedrooms available. But I wanted to show you this. You go straight through. This is the bay, and this is Biscayne Boulevard right in front. So you get that view is exactly what I was talking about. Now, more on what they have in terms of the bedrooms and so forth. 17 years ago, I moved here to South Florida, and my family and I, we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people, perhaps like you, considering doing the exact same thing. So if you're in that situation, you want to ask questions from people who've actually done it before, there's a couple of ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. Also, and the two best ways is in the description and the comment section, there's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is that'll set some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to South Florida. A couple of things I want to point out here. If you ever want any of these brochures and things I have a ton of literature on Arai Reserve. Reach out to our team. I'd love to send it to you. By the way, do not go to their website and register. That's a big no-no. You want independent representation. I will tell you more about what that looks like. But if you want to be represented independently of the builder and have someone looking out for you, you should not go in there on your first visit. We can help set that up. And again, I'll go into that more later. But I wanted to show here the two buildings are basically 60. I was told 63, 62 actually, 62 stories each. So they're high. 1 to 4 bedrooms. The smallest is about a little bit over 1,000 square feet, and the largest is 2,584 square feet. These are under air. This doesn't include the enormous and beautiful balconies you get. Now when they start, this is like an early brochure when they first started selling, so it's different now. You can't get it. You can't really get in there for $800,000. That was for a 1-bedroom place that they no longer have for sale. But and the prices have gone up as like everything is in recent years. But this hasn't changed. If you buy in here, the delivery time you should expect is sometime in 2024, right around mid-year. As I mentioned, independent representation in buying a place and looking at new construction is really important. We can help you set up a Zoom, especially if you're out of town or even locally here, set up a Zoom with one of the consultants. One of the benefits using a company like that, a company like ours, is that we can help set you up with the best consultant in any new construction. It's important to work with someone who's going to work hard for you. That's what I look for when I look at each individual project. I try to find the person who I think is going to represent us best. The cost to you using independent representation is zero out of your pocket. It's the builder who pays us, and they're happy to do so. If you go directly, there is not a lower price. You can ask them direct. You can ask them yourselves. There is no discount because you go directly. The builder's happy to pay us because they know that we will introduce families, perhaps like yours, to that beautiful community. We are not just the introducing broker. We don't just introduce you and leave you high and dry. We're there throughout the process. I have a transaction coordinating team that will be there throughout the process, through contract, through construction. If you're out of town and need someone to help you film the progress, we'll be there for you. You'll have inspections throughout. We will help guide you as to what to inspect in the inspections. And in lots of cases, if the builder allows us, some builders are hesitant on it, but this one, I think we can work that out. We can help be there if you can't make it for your inspections and so forth. But in any case, we provide a lot of value, and using independent, I really highly recommend using independent representation, whether you're looking at Aria Reserve or any new construction here in South Florida. Don't register on their website. Have us help set that up. If you go directly there, they won't allow you. I can't begin to tell you how many times I've had people say, Ray, I seen your video on fill in the blank community, and I want your help. Once you go there for the first time, or once you go directly to them on your own, we won't be able to. I'll help guide you and whatnot, but we won't be able to represent you in your journey going forward. So again, have us make the introduction. You'll be glad you did. So let me go to some of the amenities. I am here. Some of the amenities that they mention here, like they have whirlpool. They've got all this stuff. I mean, I can send this to you. They have everything. They have an acre. They have like an acre of amenities. And it's just incredible. The best way to show you what they have going there is I'm going to play a video of some of the stuff that they have there. Now, the video lags a little bit, and we're gonna show you some as A-roll, but as I describe it, it might not be as fluid as it can be. But if you want to see it firsthand, reach out and I'll help send that to you. But the amenities at Aria Reserve are going to be absolutely killer. Here are the towers. They're building along the outside, this boardwalk, which is going to take a while. I'm just told there's going to be all kind of yoga gardens and stuff. It's going to take years. It's going to be 2026, 2020, 2028, when everything will be finished. But the vision of this place is phenomenal. The builder is Milo. They do. Here's a view from your one of your apartments, and this is the view. As we mentioned, this is the view that you can see. This is the whole city laid out right in front of you. All right, the amenities are going to be killer. They have a lobby that's going to have a lot of stuff, but the amenities are a total of an acre. I just looked it up again. A total of an acre of amenities, all on the 10th floor. This is what you can expect it to have. They have a total of 3 pools. You can see it's going to be incredible. They have stuff for the kids here as well. If you're wondering about the schools in the area, reach out to our team. I'll help guide you as to what to expect and what the schools are. But in any event, they're just going to be, there's stuff there for everybody, all ages. Now inside, they have this crazy lobby. They have obviously a fitness center, spin classes, and all that kind of stuff. Here's just a sample of some of the stuff you can expect. The other thing I have to mention, which is important because I get this question all the time, hurricanes. So I'm on the water. What can I expect? The building codes are incredibly strong now. They get better and better. It used to be, they have obviously this high-end condo have impact windows. All new construction here in South Florida now pretty much comes with impact windows. But it used to be, when I was talking about impact windows a few years back, I would say, well, they're graded to handle a hurricane up to 150 miles an hour. Today, they are actually graded to handle a hurricane or winds up to over 200 miles an hour. So they're as strong as ever. So one of the things is if you're on the condo, if you're in a new condo today on the water, you can rest assured that the construction of these buildings are just incredibly, it's the strongest buildings you will see literally in the whole world. I'll go through pricing in a minute, but let me give you a timeline on what to expect if you buy here in Aria Reserve. You have the 28th floor is a big thing, just so you know. The way it works with deposits and condos down there in Miami is you have to go into contract with a certain percent down. Once it gets to the 20th floor, it's complete. There's another percent down. So it's different than if you're buying a single family home here in Palm Beach, Florida. So that's why they talk about 20th floor here. I mentioned that they broke ground. It says summer of 2023. So obviously they're a little bit behind because here we are. It's later than that now. We're in the later part of fall, and they just broke ground recently. So push these back a little bit, perhaps. But the South Tower is you're going to see South Tower sometime around mid-year. People will be closing. They're already 75% sold out. The two stories, I think they're very limited on what they have available on the two bedrooms, rather. They have 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom homes, and I'll get to more on pricing with them, but that's pretty much what we're focusing on here. And that last 25%, they'll have the main focus of what they'll have offered for sale are some of the nicest places in the whole 2 units. If you are looking at the North Tower, that's where a lot of the availability is today. You're going to be closing in the summer of 2025. So if you have a long time horizon, you're going to sort of, this is a good place for you. If you want a nice place, you need a little bit of patience. Because like I said, if you buy a place in the North Tower, it will be about sometime in the middle of 2025. Let me give you an idea how fast things actually move. When the weather cooperates, these things go faster than the timelines that we discussed. But this is April of this year. That's the South Tower in April of this year. As you can see, I'll just do it myself manually. This is the sales offices are in here still at this point. But that you can see they just literally almost just broke ground here in April of 2023. Now here is August. This is a big difference. I mean, what you see now is what this is. When I was there just recently, after this, it was even more along. So as you can tell, they build pretty quickly. By next year, this whole landscape will be completely changed. So this project is going to be one of the best in the area. As I mentioned, if you were to move to the Miami Beach, you're looking at probably $6 million for this similar thing. Today they have 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and you're somewhere's going to be in I hesitate to use specific prices because they move all the time, but you're going to be in the 2 millions to start. They go up to 4 million. Just to give you an idea, they go up to 2,500 square feet. One thing I got to talk about: the association fees are extremely low here compared to the other buildings. One thing I don't think people appreciate too either is there aren't that many condo buildings that you can own in Miami in general. Same thing goes for Fort Lauderdale. Lots of times when you're looking at the skyline, a lot of those buildings are rental buildings. There are people that buy out the whole building and rent it out. So this is your opportunity to own a piece of Miami just for yourself. We've helped so many people relocate to South Florida, and we absolutely love it. Now, I say that often. I will say this too. It's different here. Having relocated from New York, and we help people throughout the country come here. Florida's not for everybody, but if you're looking at South Florida and specifically looking at Miami, I would highly recommend checking out Aria Reserve. Aria Reserve, Miami, paradise here in South Florida.